Hey guys, we're back, part 4 of the 14-gallon Nano Reef BioCube. I have it filled with water. I have pump installed, heater installed, additional power head installed. I had bought in this little floss pad. It's an acrylic glass or acrylic cleaning tab. Since I don't have acrylic, I thought I'd just throw it in the overflow part there, so that the any of the extra sand floating around, or chunks of junk like that, get caught in there versus just getting circulated through the tank. So put that in there. I noticed as I was filling it up, got a little sediment. I know it's hard to see. A little sediment. See that black stuff there in the sand? That came out from the bottom of the overflow compartment. Probably just old junk. Not too worried about it, but wasn't expecting that. I cleaned up my cables behind, or wires with a cable tie. The power head will probably eventually be changed because that is my utility pump, my MaxiJet 600. So it's just on here to get some water moving at first. But like I said, again, eventually I will be getting another power head. The return flow is just not enough for what I want on this tank. So right now it's about 300 gallons per hour. So I'm not a mathematician, but more than 10 times over. About 20 times over an hour. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. I did only have to use 10 gallons of water. Once you got the sand in, the rock in, the water displaces. So all I needed was just 10 gallons, and actually I overfilled it just a tad bit. On the BioCubes, on the return side, there is a minimum maximum level. Usually you have them in between. Mine, once it's running, is about up there, or even a little higher. But with evaporation, it'll go down. And I've done power off tests where it doesn't spill onto the floor or anything, so I'm not completely worried about that. But we're going to go ahead and turn it on. See, now with that MaxiJet included, it's a nice flow. Again, water enters that compartment. You can see my heater on. It then overflows to this pad here, goes over, and then through. Underneath, then it comes up, and the water pumps it out to the return nozzle. So, I'm happy with the look so far. I do have some basic lights to put on while it's cycling, but for anyone, just kind of starting, you do have a nitrification cycle. I'll try to remember it here. Your system has bacteria in it. The ammonia is released. Nitrates well, maybe I don't know it. But ammonia becomes nitrate, and nitrate becomes nitrite, I believe. So you cycle it to get that process used to your tank. Certain bacteria will eat up ammonia, turn that into nitrate. Then something eats that, turns it into nitrite, or vice versa. Some correct kind of order. I've heard it before, but I don't remember it off the top of my head. But this is important to get through. A lot of people in the past, I think a lot of the aquarists are getting away from it, but you used to use live fish for cycling. Their fish poop would contribute to the cycle, and basically just ends up being a circle. I'm not doing that. I don't advise doing that, because generally some fish are not as hardy as others. A lot of people use damsels in a saltwater tank, and they're pretty hardy, but it does put the fish at risk, and does put them through stress. So what I've seen out on YouTube and on the internet is buy a regular shrimp like you would eat, and just throw it in the tank. Let the bacteria in the live sand and the rock, let them do their work by picking at that decaying piece of meat, and then the cycle will will be consumed and then circle back around that way. So I do plan to do that. Unfortunately, I don't eat shrimp. My wife doesn't eat shrimp, so it's actually something I have to make a special buy for. You could throw in anything that would have bacteria, but there's bacteria in that shrimp that will help the tank. So I do plan to do that. I have a little breeding cage that I'll put it in, but I'll put a video out for that. My lights I will do in part 5 because, again, I don't have a nice fancy camera, so I can't pause it and start over. But I will be putting that in part 5. They're temporary. I won't have them on very long because I'm not trying to photosynthesize anything, just to give it a little bit of color so the next couple weeks isn't so boring to look at. But as you can see, maybe you can't, but I can't even see the water level here, so it is above. Which is not how it's completely designed, but it's not going to really hurt anything. But everything's running good for a $20 fish tank. I'm very pleased. And check back for part 5. Should be the final of this series. And then we'll just kind of do follow-ups on a weekly basis as I test the nitrate cycle.